say he volunteering.
You're volunteering, okay, okay. Well, you can listen right there where you at.
You want to take a flyer?
Did you get a flyer yet from one of the brothers? Did you get a flyer yet? Let us give you a flyer, because you can go to that website and find out what we're out here to do. We're out here for our people. How you doing, sister? Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute to come over and check out what we're doing while we're here? Okay, go ahead and read it.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
We are here because it's high time for our people to awake out of sleep. We are at the bottom of society in every city that you go in.
Bring it up.
Ask you, sis. Good evening. Thank you for coming over here. I'm Soldier Lamech. We are Israel United in Christ. Have you heard of us? Okay, well, do you see yourself on this sign right here? Can you identify with anything on this sign as far as yourself?
No.
You say you don't? You don't see nothing on this sign here that identifies yourself? What's your nationality? What would you give?
African.
What, African American?
No, African.
You're from African?
Africa, Gambia, West Africa.
Okay, that's
Ocean
good.
from West.
Because we're doing, we actually doing work all over. Our people are scattered all over the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's get, do your people have any history in terms of the slavery, slave ships that you know of?
No, not so much from West Africa, but Africa period, yeah.
Right.
It's mainly from West Africa.
Anything
I
that
mean,
relates
I'm
to
open to intellect, like I love
Mainly.
that.
Okay.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 27. The Lord shall scatter you among the nations.
Stop right there. So that's what the Most High did. He scattered us among all nations across the four corners of the earth. So that's why we travel throughout the earth. And so go ahead and read out what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass,
That means it's going to happen future tense. Read on.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Stop. So if we don't listen to what God is telling us to do, right?
to observe and to do all his commandments,
There we go, right there. To observe and to do. That's an action word. You know, you agree to do all his commandments. Read on.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
Stop right there. Curses. That's what I want to ask you. Would you say your people, our people, are we blessed in the condition we're in, or are we cursed?
I mean, it just depends.
Looking right here where we are right at this moment, what would you say looking around? Are we blessed in this condition, or what would you say?
I'm gonna be logical. I mean, it just depends. Like,
Well, again, I said right now, in this moment, right now, today. Is this a blessed situation that we've seen that we're witnessing, or would you say it's a curse?
I think it's a safe situation. For more reasons.
Verse 16.
Okay, let's bring it on.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed shall thou be in the city. So according to that, that's what's happening right now. Our people, they're hungry. They got to go to another people to get food. They're homeless. That's not a blessing at all. Read on.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
So that's the sugar field, sugar cane, cotton, tobacco field. When we went in those places, we weren't blessed out there. We were cursed. Okay, read on.
Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store.
The businesses that we have tried and attempted, for some reason, at a majority rate, they did not prosper. All right? So, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, okay, you say you're from Africa, right? What part of Africa you say you're from?
Gambia.
You said Gambia? Like where?
Gambia.
Oh, that's like close to like Ghana,
Senegal.
Senegal and all that? Okay.
Nepal.
All right, so the question is, your people, can you relate to the slave trade according to the Bible? Can you relate to the slavery that happened to the people here? That your people in that country going to slavery, on slave ships? And you have relatives that got taken into slavery.
It happened a lot from like Nigeria, Liberia. They didn't touch Gambia because Gambia is small.
So they didn't touch Gambia?
Yeah.
Okay. So so none of this stuff happened to none of your people. And your ancestors, your parents ever tell who's from Africa, your father or your mother?
My father.
Your father's from Africa, right? He's from Gambia. Okay, and he didn't say anything. None of this happened to any
It
of
was
your people.
happening around, but not in
didn't
Gambia.
happen to your
They were
tribe.
going to the more of the richer countries like Liberia, like I say, Nigeria, the Costa Rica, well not Costa Rica, Senegal, everywhere that has like gold or anything for
Gold Coast, right?
Europeans to prosper from.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got something?
I'm reading this. It's from Wikipedia. The history of Gambia. The first written records of the region come from Arab traders in the 9th and 10th centuries. In medieval times, the region was dominated by the trans-Saharan trade and was ruled by the Mali Empire. In the 16th century, the region came to be ruled by the Songhai Empire. The first Europeans to visit the Gambia River were the Portuguese in the 15th century. So,
But that's like way.
Yeah, okay, so my question asks you, what language they speak in that country? What language your father speak?
Mandinga.
They speak Mandinga, right?
Yeah, Mandinga.
Okay, Mandinga, right?
Cut.
Mandinga, right? Okay, and did your father ever tell you that your ancestors, that they the true Israelites, the true Jews, according to the Bible? Never tell you that? Okay, but your father, he's a straight up African from
Gambia.
Is he like he's descended from Ham, right? You know, like the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians, all them, you know, what you call the Egyptians, the Cushites, all the Libyans, and all them. You know, the people that inhabit the land of Ham. Ham, that's what Africa used to be called, the land of Ham. They got changed. You know, Leo skipped your Afrikaners, conquered Hannibal in the Second Punic War. And he named the land after his name. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, so I'm just trying to find out, can you relate to the slave trade according to the Bible? I mean, you don't have no history of that. So you should ask your father, ask your dad about that. What's your last name?
My last name is Cisse.
Cisse? You see your father, right? Ask your father about your history. Say, Dad, I got a question. I had heard some brothers talking on the street, and they was mentioning that we're the true Israelites. We're the true Jews, the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Like the Jews are the blacks that came over here, the so-called African Americans that came over here on slave ships to North, South, Central, and the Caribbean. That's who we teaching. We teaching them and the Native Americans and Hispanics. Showing them their true nationality according to the Bible, that they're the biblical Israelites according to the Bible. I'm gonna read this thing here to you real quick. Hold this right, I want you to read page. This right here is highlighted 121 and 133.
this is from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 121. It is the conclusion of some scholars that when the Jewish kingdom of Ghana fell,
And the Jewish kingdom of Ghana, because we fled into Africa during 70 AD, running from Roman persecution and slavery. We left Jerusalem and went in there. Why? Because we could blend in with the dark-skinned people.
right? That's right.
We look alike. You know, we look similar to each other. Really.
Many of the Hebrew tribes established settlements among the African tribes throughout Central and Western Africa.
Throughout Central and Western Africa, you know, so we came there and inhabited the lands with y'all. Read this right
Page
here.
133. As historical evidence indicates, the black Hebrews were snatched from the west coast of Africa
From the west coast of Africa, you know, like you said, you're from the western coast of Africa, read,
and sold into captivity.
and sold into captivity. Okay, so this is what happened. This is a curse that happened to the Jews. I want you to give me Romans 8:16.
Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
So the Spirit itself, the Spirit is talking about these laws and commandments. Hearing God's word. You hear God's word, these words go, it says, sheep, hear my voice. You got that for me?
John chapter 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice,
Most I said, my sheep hear my voice.
and I know them,
And I know them. So the Spirit, go ahead.
and they follow me.
And they follow me. So the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. We're the true Israelites according to the Bible.
That's
We're
right.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Right. Okay, give me Luke chapter 21 and start at verse 20. I'm gonna show you how we came in there. And this I'm I'm gonna show you in this book right here. This is from this author called Rudolph R. Windsor. He's a scholar. You know what I'm saying? He went and did his research. He went to Africa, to the Middle East, all these different places, and found out that hey, the Jews were sold into slaves, not just regular Africans. You know, like the regular African
So
people.
what's your guys' objective? Like,
we're here to wake up our people. The Jews should be in this condition right here. We're not supposed to be begging you for food and going to these soup kitchens and all. We're supposed to be ruling the earth.
That's right.
Kings and priests of the earth. So
Luke chapter 21 and verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed.
This is Christ talking right here. When Christ was walking the earth, Christ prophesied. He said, when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, read.
With armies.
What armies? I got a question. What armies were? Who was ruling the earth at the time? What nation of people were ruling the earth during the time of Christ? What kingdom was ruling? The Romans. The Romans were ruling. That's the so-called white people. Today they still rule, but at the time they would call themselves the Romans. He was under that captivity. So when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, which was the Roman armies,
that know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Know that the destruction thereof is near.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
So let them that stay in the land of Judea flee to the mountains. Talking about the Sinai mountains. Go there and flee into Africa. This is what Christ went to when he was a young child. His parents said, we're gonna hide down here in Egypt. Why? I mean, he ain't gonna go hide with his Caucasians. Why? Because he'll stand out like a sore thumb. The Caucasians are looking for him. So I'm gonna go down there and hide with the dark skinned people. You can't find me. Read.
Let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
So if you living in that land, leave. Don't stay there no more. Why? Read.
And let not them which are in the countries enter therein too.
So if you stay far off, don't come back here. Don't come here to worship in this place. This place is about to be destroyed. Read.
For these be the days of vengeance.
These be the days of payback for the Most High for not keeping His law, statutes, commandments. Read.
That all things which are written may be fulfilled.
That all things that are written, everything you hear written in the Bible is about, it's a prophecy book and about your history.
That's right.
So all this stuff gonna be fulfilled when the prophets spoken and said about it. That's gonna befall the children of Israel. Read.
But woe unto them that are with child.
So the Bible tells you, woe unto them. The word woe, you read the Bible, means destruction of death unto them that have kids. That young child, why you can't, it's hard to hide your children, they crying and stuff. You can't escape with young kids, read.
And to them that give suck.
And to them that give suck.
In those days.
In those days, why?
For there shall be great distress in the land.
There'll be a great distress in the land. So when they besieged us, when they surrounded us, they starved us out. Until they starved our people out. We got hungry, we started eating our kids, eating our children. they shut off all the water. Same thing today what America does. When they come and besiege our country. They come and shut that thing down. When there ain't no food coming in, there are no water distribution, they shut it down. So they can't get no import and export. They shut it down, read.
And wrath upon this people.
Instead of wrath and destruction of these people, read.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
So we went to war, we ended up fighting them, you know what I'm saying? While we were distressed, the Romans came in, we fought them, but a lot of us got killed. And what else happened?
And shall be led away captives into all nations.
So we got led away captives into all nations. We got sold into slavery. Shipped all four corners of the earth. You'll find Israelites. You see people that look like us scattered all around, even in Iraq, even in Iran, and all over there. You got the sub-Saharan slave trade. We were sold like dogs and sheep. So I want you to read this right here from Babylon to Timbuktu.
This is from Babylon to Timbuktu.
What's your name? Sorry, my name is
Page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies of General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
So now, during this time in 65 BC, you had General Pompey, a Roman general, conquered, he conquered Jerusalem, read.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
So this is the time when they besieged us, they put an end to the Jewish state. Talking about Jerusalem, read.
With great slaughter.
With great slaughter, they killed a lot of our people.
During the period of the military governor of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
They killed a lot of our people, read.
During the period from Pompey to Julius.
From Pompey, from that Roman emperor to this Roman emperor, during this period, they was in rulership when we were in captivity under them.
It has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
They fled into Africa. Why? Because we could blend in with the dark-skinned people. Christ told us, prophesied, don't be here in the land. It's gonna be great distress in the land. Flee, come down here so you can blend in with the dark-skinned people.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery, the slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
The slave market was full of black Jewish slaves. So that's what that's going into. You can't relate to none of that, sis. I mean, I don't know, maybe your father didn't break down the history.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be relating to. I mean, everything is self-explanatory, period. So with that, I'm just trying to figure out like what the objective is.
Okay. Well, we teach you now. The objective is this right here. Hold this right here. I want you to go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 and 13. We're going to show you what the whole conclusion of the whole matter. What we trying to do with our people.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is what we do. We are trying to give the conclusion to the whole matter. To this situation right here. It shouldn't be like this. People should be.
No, it shouldn't, well. But it seems like what you're reading is still, regardless, a prerequisite. Like, it was going to happen regardless.
Yeah, this is prophecy. Yeah, this is a prophecy because we broke.
It's still going to happen.
Yeah, because we broke God's commandments. If we didn't break His commandments, this wouldn't have happened.
Right. But it happened. So the only way through it is what?
Right, the only way through it is this right here. Read.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
Fear the Most High God.
And keep His commandments.
Keep His commandments. That's what we're here to teach our people. God's law, statute, commandments. This what can save our people right here. Right. We don't see. Well, we not keeping His law, statute, commandments. We the dumb stage. Give me Proverbs 21 and
the way, to me, outside looking at the presentation, it seems more segregated than like you're trying to bring people in to teach them. Like that's what it seems like to me right now.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. The man that wanders out of the way of understanding.
What is understanding? The knowledge of the Most High God's law, His law, statutes, commandments. You want to know away from that. You forget who you are. You start calling yourself American Black, West Indian Black, Hispanic, Native American.
Shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
So you're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. You're going to be a zombie. You run around here calling yourself a Muslim, I'm Islam, I'm this, that, and the third, but I'm not who the Most High God created me to be. Yeah, so now you talk about, since I'm mentioning the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, you ask why I'm not mentioning the other nations, right? That was you said it's segregated, that's what you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, get that from me.
1 Kings chapter 8, verse 53. For thou didst separate them from among all people of the earth.
The Most High God, He separated us from the beginning. He said, I'm going to separate the sons of Adam. But these group of people I'm going to deal with. These are my special people. Give me that Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So the Most High said, we are holy people until, give me Leviticus 20 and 26. So He said, you are holy people unto me. What does holy mean, sister?
That's a vast word.
Yeah. What does it mean?
It can mean a lot. Like, I'm just confused.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26.
This is what holy means.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and I have severed you from other people.
You cut off from other people, right?
That ye should be mine.
You're going to be mine, right? That's it. So,
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
You hold up to me. You separate from other people. I'm dealing with you. I'm not dealing with everybody like that.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself.
You're going to be a special people unto me, unto myself. Like you chose that skirt, you chose that sweater for this particular day. You got other clothes in the closet. You didn't pick those clothes, right? But you picked these right here. Read.
A special people unto Himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He said, you are a special people unto me. You are above everybody. Is that talking about equality? Is that talking about we the same level?
But that you're speaking before grace. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're in Leviticus.
Bring it out.
So things, the law changed.
The law never changed.
No. The word never changed. But the stipulations of the law changed.
Bring it out.
Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
So I'm the Lord, I change not. I don't change at all.
Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
We the sons of Jacob. Jacob never changed to Israel. He had 12 sons. But give me that in Hebrews. Hebrews 10 and 1. So that way I'm going to get you to understand this right here. This is the law that came. Read.
For the law, having a shadow of good things to come,
So the law having a shadow of good things to come. Read.
and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices, never with those sacrifices.
The first law, right? Yeah, the Old Testament and New Testament, right? So the Old Testament, you had the sacrificial law, right? Right? Okay, so in the New, you got 5 categories of the law. Good. You got the dietary law. You know those 5 categories? Okay, you got the dietary law, ceremonial law, moral laws. You have civil laws. It's sacrificial law. So you got all those laws.
Can never with those sacrifices which are offered year by year continually make the comers thereunto perfect.
We kept breaking the law. We kept killing animals, sacrificing. You know, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna sacrifice this animal, and we kept coming back, right? Doing the same thing over and over again. So then what?
Would they not have ceased to be offered? Because that the worshippers once purged should have no more conscience of sins.
So we supposed to sacrifice. Let's say we commit the sin, right? We make the sacrifice for repentance, right? We're trying to repent. We're supposed to stop committing those sins, right? Huh? Okay, so but we kept messing up. We kept sinning over and committing the same sin over and over again, doing all the sacrifices. So that thing wasn't working. So there were certain sacrifices that you did that it commits your own blood. You had to die for it, like homosexuality, murder, there's a bunch of laws that you did, you had to die for it. So you couldn't sacrifice no animal. But so now we got Christ. You know what I'm saying? Christ died for us. So those people that he made new in these last days, we come over on this side of the world, we're gonna come into all these false doctrines. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's out there. You know, so we're gonna get caught up in all that garbage and believing in another God. Right. So he said this time I'm gonna give you a chance to wake up. I'm gonna give you a chance to repent. You know what I'm saying? With my son's blood. You know, you get to come back to me. But you can't sacrifice it. Christ is the ultimate sacrifice. And the grace is just a grace period. Like, you got bills, right? You don't pay your bill for a certain time, and you call them, you be like, hey, I need some time to pay my bill. They give you like a week or two, right? That's your grace period. So this is a time to get yourself right before Christ comes back. Right. And put us to death. Right.
Romans chapter 6, verse 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you.
For sin shall not have dominion over you, read.
For ye are not under the law, but under grace. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law?
So the question, shall we sin because we're not under the law of sacrifice?
But under grace?
We're under grace right now, right? The grace period, right? Read.
God forbid.
I said, that means hell no. That means no. You're still under the law, sis. Go back to that. Go back to that Hebrews.
Verse 3. But in those sacrifices there is a remembrance again made of sins every year.
So we remember, so we always committed sins, and we came back for the Day of Atonement, came over for the Passover, fought in certain high hope days, we came up there, read.
For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins.
So no more of that. That's not going to take away the sin, the sacrificial law. Read.
Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he said, sacrifice and offerings thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me.
Body, but the Most High prepared us, read.
In burnt offerings and sacrifice for sin, that has had no pleasure.
Yeah, no pleasure. Why? Because we can't continue to sin. We can't continue to sin. Read.
Verse 9, then said he, Lo, I come to do thy will, O God.
He said, Lo, I come to do thy will. This is what Christ said, I come to do the will. You know the will of God. Look at that Psalm 14. You know the will of the Most High? What is the will of God?
Psalm chapter 40 and verse 8.
Look, the Bible answers itself. We showing you this how you go precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. The Bible is like a puzzle. You gotta know how to put it together.
I delight to do thy will, O my God.
I delight to do thy will, oh my God, right?
Yea,
Okay, so that's what y'all would be doing, right? The will. So what's the will?
I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart.
That's the will, it's the law. God's law, the statutes, and commandments is the will. Right. You keep it, you're doing what, that's what he tells us to do. He commands us to do that. Give me,
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 9. Then said he, Lo, I come to do thy will, O God.
I come to do thy will, O God.
He taketh away the first, that he may establish the second.
And he take away that sacrificial law, which is that the law that Moses had. And he take away that law, and he come up with the second.
By the which we are sanctified through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ, once for all.
This is how we sanctified. We cleanse through the blood right here, but you got to repent. You got to come back to who you are. Right. So now, go give me Matthew 5 and 17. So I'm going to show you that the law is never taken away. Right.
Matthew!
That's the bullcrap lie that we learn in Christianity. Right. There it is. What? I'm reading this to you, sis. I ain't making this up.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
This is written in red. This is Christ talk. He said, think not. What does think not mean? Don't even think it. Not come to destroy the law. Read.
Or the prophet.
Or the prophets. Why? Because the prophets, they prophesied about Christ. You know that? The prophets, they prophesied about Christ. Give me that in give me that in Luke 24 and 44. Give me that. Hold that right there. One precept that'll show you. Luke 24 and 44.
Luke chapter 24 and verse 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you.
These are the words I spake unto you. This Christ said, speaking to the disciples, read.
That all things must be fulfilled.
Everything must be fulfilled. Everything must be fulfilled. Read.
Which are written in the law of Moses.
In the law of Moses. So Moses prophesied about Christ. Moses prophesied all the way from, always from Genesis. Christ talked about it in Genesis, talked about it in Exodus, all the way through Moses, read through the 5 books.
And in the prophets.
And in the prophets, like you go and read about Jeremiah, Isaiah, even the minor prophets, even the other prophets in there. He prophesied through that thing, read.
And in the Psalms.
And the Psalms.
Concerning me.
Concerning me, that's talking about me. So go back to Matthew 5 and 17.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Don't think I come to destroy, read.
Or the prophets.
Or what the prophets. You remember what he said. I prophesy all the way through the whole book. That way I come through the volume of the book. It's the whole entire book. From the Apocrypha into the New Testament.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to fulfill, right? There's certain things that have been fulfilled. Give me Acts 3 and 18. We're going to find out what did he come, what was fulfilled, and what he had to fulfill according to the law.
Acts chapter 3 and verse 18. But those things which God before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets.
All his prophets, like Luke 24 and 44 said, read.
That Christ should suffer.
Christ should suffer. How did he suffer? How did Christ suffer?
On the cross, right?
On the cross, right, Reese?
He had so fulfilled.
He had so fulfilled. That's what he fulfilled.
Okay.
That was good of the sacrificial law. Being done away with. He's the true ultimate sacrifice. Now go back.
Matthew 5 and verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
To fulfill.
For verily I say unto you.
Verily, truly I say unto you, sis.
Till heaven and earth pass.
Till heaven and earth pass. You sitting here on earth, right? You can see the heavens and the sky, right? Until that pass away, what?
One jot or one tittle.
Not one jot, not one comma or one period.
Shall in no wise pass from the law.
Shall no wise pass from the law.
Till all be fulfilled.
Till all be fulfilled. Has Christ came back yet, sis?
But you're not answering my
I
question.
am. You just said something that we wasn't under the law. I'm about to answer your question.
No.
Let me finish this and I'm going to answer the next question you have. Okay.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
You break one of these least commandments, not having friends, not doing what you're supposed to do, read.
And shall teach men so.
You teach people so while for being an example, or you tell them the law is done away with. You're teaching people a lie that we've been taught in slavery, or what the white man gave us, his doctrine. Read.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
He's going to be called the least in the kingdom, meaning he's going to die. He's not going to get the kingdom. We're going to be burnt up on the side. I can give you the precept for that. Hold that Isaiah 66 and the
Right,
and 24.
and it also say the meek shall inherit the earth too.
Yeah.
So
Give me that. We're going to show you the meekness right now, but Isaiah 66 and 24.
Isaiah chapter 66 verse 24. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses,
Dead bodies.
of men that have transgressed against me.
The men that transgressed the breaking of God's law, that's First John 3 and 4. The breaking of God's law, the transgression.
For their worms shall not die,
You're going to have maggots and stuff all over. They ain't going to die, dude.
neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
It'll be disgusting to all flesh. Even the folks can't even use that. Why? Because it's in flames. Go back to verse 19. Go to verse 19.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 19.
That's the least of the kingdom of heaven, because you ain't going to make it in.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
We know what the least is.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
You're going to be able to walk through that gate, them gates, okay, sir? So what's your question? Now what is your question now?
what is you guys' objective?
I just told you our objective is that we teaching guys law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
But okay, and this is where I said this is where it seems segregated, because you're focusing on people of color and not everyone. So that's my question.
He's lighter.
I said, okay, but he's culture.
It's not about color. It's not about color. It's about your bloodline. Go give me numbers.
No.
Yeah, give me that
But
Psalm
that's what I'm
147.
saying.
Psalm chapter 147 verse 19.
Sis,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to figure it out.
Listen this right here. The Psalms 119. Psalms 147 verse 19 and 20. This is why we only teaching them.
Bring it out.
He showeth his word unto Jacob,
So the Most High, he showed his word, showed us the law, statutes, and commandments under Jacob.
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Statutes and his judgments, the law, statutes, commandments, and the penalties for breaking them, or the blessings for keeping them, unto the Israelites.
That's right.
The name for Israel is Jacob. Okay, read.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He has not dealt so with any other nation. He only dealt with them.
But this
read.
is AD
Oh,
1.
listen to this right here. Listen.
And as for his judgments,
And for his law, statutes, and commandments, for not keeping them,
they have not known
they
them.
don't know them. He ain't dealing with them. You read through the whole body, he ain't dealing with the whole everybody in the world. He's dealing with the Israelites.
That's
Now go
But
to
so then what would be the point
Amos.
of being a fisher of
Amos
men?
3:1.
Like, what's the point of that?
Say what now?
What's the definition of being a fisher of men? Yeah, that's like you're teaching
Men,
about you.
yeah, these men right here, the Israelites, men and women and children of this nation
Right.
right
So
here.
those people were to come out to bring people back in,
Yeah,
right?
those people that are lost of that fold right here.
Right.
These people are lost.
So-
So we got to bring them back.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, to me, your objective is only focused on people of color. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how can you subject yourself to just people of color and not try to bring all people together as one? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
God never wanted us all to be one with the other people. I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna show you.
I
Read what you got. Read what you got. I'm reading the Bible.
Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Well, we were scattered at. You talking about the land of the north? Talking about North America. We didn't keep the commandments. Yeah.
And I will bring them again into their land
I'm gonna bring them into their land, Jerusalem, Israel. Read.
that I gave unto their fathers.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Read.
Behold, I will send
Listen, I will send
many fishers,
many who?
fishers,
right.
said the Lord, and they shall fish them.
Who's them?
Verse 15.
Verse 15.
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel.
That's right. That's the subject of the matter, sis.
Okay.
That's the
Verse
whole
16.
Bible.
If your ancestors
Behold,
were born
I will send for many fishers,
Fishers from the children of Israel. Read.
said the Lord,
Said the Most High God. Read.
and they shall fish them.
I'm going to fish them, the children of these so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's who I'm going to fish.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.